Hello, everyone. I am so excited to have you guys here in this masterclass where you're going to be learning the fundamentals of my 5 steps to effortlessly attract your intentions and expand your impact with ease. So this is going to be all about like letting that cash flow and that impact grow by really getting strategized internally. So we all always might think that it's all outside of us. We need to have this secret strategy, that there's some secret message out there, but what we don't sometimes realize is that it's actually all within. The secrets are within, the intentions are within, and these 5 steps are within. So let's get started. And I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. So if you guys see me looking to the side a little bit, it's because I have my notes out because there's so much that I want to talk about. So it all has to be written down so that I can remember it. So I want you guys to first realize that this space is and isn't for everyone. So by that, what I mean is it is for you if you are able to run the course, even when you feel like backing out, even when you feel like, you're falling and there's so much more to do, right? But it isn't for you if you fall once or twice, you let your energy drip for like a week or two, and then you pick yourself back up and the same thing happens and repeat, right? Like it is still for you, but it's just going to take a while. And that's what I mean by that. But if you're able to lift yourself back up in an instant, not or even if it takes a couple hours, you are on the road to success. So one thing I wanted to let you guys know is that in business, in mentoring and coaching, I hired coaches for some wrong reasons. I hired them for the answers because I thought that, they had things that I didn't know. But what I didn't realize was until I hired a coach for activation, someone who can really take out those internal strategies in me, get my belief work on check, get my manifestation embodiment in check, and let that lead me to my strategy, that's when everything changed. That's when my manifestations came completely true. The magic was coming to my life because when you're activated, your frequency is activated. And when your frequency is activated, you're literally attracting everything that the universe wants to give you because you're simply a match to that thing, to the universe, for things to flow around you while you while you surrender and let it come to you. So if I want one thing to come out of this masterclass for you, it's awareness. I want you to remember that in the back of your head at all times. Awareness. So when you have awareness, you're getting vulnerable, right? Vulnerable with where you're at, where you actually want to be, and how to get there. When something isn't working, awareness leads you to the honest truth of not being there right now, right? Like you're letting yourself know, hey, I'm not exactly where I want to be. And what are some things I need to change rather than kind of ignoring the problem and just going and keep doing the same things that are not working because our comfort zone can keep us really stuck and tell us, like, we're fine where we're at, like, just keep going, it'll work out. But really, that there needs to be a shift in direction, right? So the elements in your internal strategy, this is the secret sauce, guys. So money, beliefs, actions, clarity, and embodiment integrity. So we're going to go into these 5 beliefs, and or not 5 beliefs, 5 internal strategies, and this is going to get you to exactly where you want to be to instantly and effortlessly attract your desires, because what that takes is really having that balance of these 5 internal strategies and letting that become you, and then physically receiving what you desire from it. So again, money, beliefs, actions, clarity, and embodiment integrity. Write that down if you wish. So that being said, I want to start with money. Okay. So with money mindset, I want you to, there are some prompts I'm going to be asking, which you guys can go over after the class or pause the video. But these are going to be really powerful ways to really get into these questions. So to start, what is your true, real relationship with money? Do you see it as a friend, or do you see it as hard to come by? I want this master class to be so specific. So I want you to see money as energy, okay? Because it is energy. It is not higher than us, nor is it lower than us. It is equal. We need to see it eye to eye. When we see it above us, money becomes higher, more an authority to us, which means we're creating so much resistance for it to come down and meet us eye to eye. We won't ever be the same. We won't ever have the same energy as money if it's like down here, if it's up there. We need to be eye to eye with money. I want you to imagine it that way when you think of money. And you might be wondering, okay, but how do I connect to it? Well, we need to change our stories with money. Doing this literally broke generational patterns for me, and it will for you as well. I spent years not looking at my bank account. Years. I would be scared to look at it, even when it wasn't overflow, even when I know that there is enough in my bank account, I wouldn't look in there, right? And it's because it would scare me, right? And I was scared to like, even if I had to pay my bills, I was scared, or like anything that came up with money in my bank account, I just didn't want to look inside because I was scared of looking and not seeing what I wanted to see, or I was just fearing money, and that's resistance. You don't want to fear money. You want to be like, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna see overflow. I'm gonna see exactly what I want to see in there. So tell me if this relates. You feel like you had to work hard for money, or maybe you heard that it doesn't grow on trees, or it's not easy to come by, or you don't deserve to buy yourself nice things. List down things that come up for you and your story. So money is precious, but it's not more precious than you. We are equal to it. We are the same frequency of it, and money wants you to feel the same way about it as well. Otherwise, this creates resistance. You literally put a block in front of you and you tell the universe you don't want it. Unintentionally, we're manifesting money not coming in when we have thoughts like this. And that can be scary, right? And I'll tell you exactly how to stop the drama and allow abundance to flow. The secret is detachment. The minute I detach from the outcomes of it has to be this way, or it has to be that way, or it has to come in that this time, this date, everything flew to me. Everything that was meant to fly towards me did. Why? Because now we allow the universe to do its thing. We we actually allow it to flow around us and actually change certain things, certain circumstances, actually instill beliefs in us in order to change our reality and our actions and thoughts and beliefs. So if you want 10K so bad, but the universe wants to give you 15K, but you're here maybe trying so hard to make it work this one way, trying to do it just this one way because you think this is the only way, when really the universe is trying to push you to just let it flow, surrender, so that more money can flow through. And we're here really resisting it, right? And the resistance can look like, I need to message these many people today. I need to engage with 50 leads today. I need to show up every day to make sales. It can even be not trusting your content. You refine it every time you post it because you think it's not good enough, or like, but the problem is that whatever naturally came out was what was meant to be said and heard by the people that are going to buy your work. But then we're switching it around, and what we're really doing is not trusting the universe to give us these thoughts and channel thoughts to be able to write down the content that we're actually meant to write down. And then we create more resistance to the thoughts from the universe coming through, as opposed to just naturally being like, yeah, that feels like it's in flow, it feels right, and just doing the thing, right? So in order for you to continue to hear the answers, we need to listen to them and actually do the actions, have the beliefs, have the thoughts in accordance to those thoughts and beliefs. So the universe will play in your magic. You give the universe the energetic space for clients to enter your world, for offers to be birthed through your essence, for money to actually flow to you, right? And not have this energetic block, this bubble surrounding it. Like literally, I want you to imagine yourself in a bubble right now. Imagine the negative or lack thoughts. Foggy, could be clustered. Imagine it. Now take a deep breath in and release white light while you see yourself walking out of the bubble. And all of that, all of the lack thoughts, all of the fog, the cluster, the lack thoughts, they're in that bubble. Pop it and it's gone. It's gone. Now literally breathe out white light. And now I want you to step into this new bubble. This new bubble has all of the thoughts, feelings, and abundance you desire. This could look like a color, maybe pink, green, whatever abundance feels like to you. It could be clean, a nice forest. It could have a smell. And whenever abundance feels or looks like to you, imagine yourself stepping into that bubble of those things, of that forest, of that color, of that feeling, right? And then this will be your new story. So next time you feel like you're in these lack thoughts, step into that bubble. Imagine that bubble, step into it, breathe out light, light. And it's all clear. It's there for you. Everything is energy, everything is frequency, right? So go for these walks as well that been on your to-do list or your morning routines. Do all of those things that give you abundance. It doesn't have to be exactly that. It could be reading a book in the morning, doing yoga in the morning. Whatever feels like abundance to you, I want you to practice that and do that every day so that you can cultivate more of these feelings, because what you want is actually not the physical of it, it's the being, it's the feeling. The feeling is what really manifests your desires, because we're all energy, we're all frequency. So, really, what we're trying to cultivate is the frequency of the feeling. Does that make sense? So, as I said, the things you love doing, that is abundance, right? That gives you abundance feelings. And when you're in those abundance feelings, so after you go for the walk, when you feel so abundant, there's a reason why you're taking different actions, you're smiling more, you're in a happier mood, nothing's really bothering you. The reason is because you're in that abundant frequency. And think about it, when you're in that abundant frequency, you're going to take action that you wouldn't if you were in a lack frequency. You're going to think thoughts that you wouldn't if you were in a lack frequency, right? So that's why it's so important to be in this elevated energy, or we're doing things out of a lower vibration and energy. And I want you to remember that money is not separate. It is not separate. It's the same energy you have when you're excited, when your inner child comes out. That the happy, the joyful energy that you receive from doing things that light you up is the same energy that money gives you, the same energetic frequency that money gives you. This is why we need to cultivate more playfulness, more freedom, more play into our lives. So when you're out with your family or you're having dinner at home, we can just don't be there, like really be alive there, right? Like enjoy that present moment. Feel the gratitude and abundance of it, because those exact feelings are the feelings that money, love, happiness will give you. They're all relate. Everything you want relates to one type of feeling. It's like happiness, love, joy, elevated emotions, happiness, right? So that more of that is more money, it's overflow. And I want you to see how your relationships are now. When it comes to your partner, your loved ones, your friends, you wouldn't want them to just be scared to be around you, right? You would want them to give you time, commitment, devotion to you. And money wants the same from you. We have to treat money like our lover. So when we feel like scared to look at our bank accounts, or we're really resisting money to come in, we have to see, are we treating money the way we want to be treated by our lover? Our lover, we wouldn't want them to, do any of those things. So money doesn't want the same thing for us. We have to see money as the same energy. Remember, eye to eye. And if it's the same energy, we need to treat it like a real relationship. So just like you let your lover love you, love money the same way as well. Give it the same attention and love. Um, So yeah, so next part for this money segment is going to be about scarcity. So you're either going to be scared to let it go and be free, which is like your investments, buying that dress, buying the makeup, or going on a vacation, or you're avoiding it, which is not giving it the time or love. You think that money is hard to come by, so instead you're giving it love by actually looking it into the bank account. You're like, yes, you're an overflow. Yes, I'm gonna pay off this bill. I'm gonna spend you on this because I'm letting you be free money. I'm letting you flow because I know you're gonna come back to me, because giving and receiving is the same energy. So when you're giving, it's not like you're just giving. Now you're also elevated in the frequency of receiving. There's no difference between the two energies. That is powerful. So it's time to come back into full circle with money. I want you to write a love letter to money. Pause, or you can do it later. And I want you to write, dear money, a letter to money. I am sorry for feeling like money is hard to come by, or that I have to work hard for you to come into my life. But the truth is, I know that it's easy for you to come into my life. And I was just feeling these feelings because of my inner child, because of things that I got taught growing up. But now I'm ready to release those feelings. And my new truth is that I know that I am in a good relationship with you. I want more of you, and I know I'm going to have more of you, and I really care for you. Write a little letter to money. Okay, this will elevate your frequency. Release what needs to be released and let it go. The frequency you're vibrating at translate into your physical reality through results. It turns into a light. Then that light turns into physical results. Money is already within because you're already in abundance, because you're worthy, because you're alive. Where where you believe to not feel worthy is where you need to do the work. Where you believe it has to be hard. Where you're vibrating at is where you'll receive the results. You can't do certain things if you don't have money, right? But if you don't have the money to invest, stroll through free content, write down the notes and turn it into your own inspiration. Go for walks, swim, and feel the freedom. That is free, right? Money is about the feeling, the things that make you secure, do more of that. The things that make you feel more free, do more of that. The things that make you feel more abundant, do more of that. The things that make you feel richer, do more of that. And when you cultivate all of this together, you are going to be on fire. So let's move on to the second part, which is beliefs. So, what do you believe to be true about yourself? What do you believe is not true about yourself? Maybe reflect on these before we even go in so that you can kind of like get a better grasp at all of this. Do you believe that your work is needed, or do you believe that people don't trust your work, or that clients aren't watching or coming into your platform, into your life? Maybe you feel like you're doing all the things and people just aren't buying. Because I've been there. I've definitely been there. But what you need to do is drop the resistance, drop the need for it to come at a certain time. You need to drop all of the expectations. And this is when you receive effortless results, effortless intentions, because you are going to do everything so effortlessly because you just believe everything's working out. You believe it's all already here, that you're so effortless. The beliefs are effortless. So then all of your intentions, all of your manifestations come to you effortless. Whatever you are is what you receive. If you're effortless, you'll receive effortlessly. If you have good intentions, you'll receive good intentions. So expect that it's all working out for you, but don't be attached to the fact that it has to happen one way. Why? Because you are co-creating every single day. What you're capable of is what you let yourself be capable of. If you're capable of 10K months, you are. And if you're not in your mind, then you're not. It's as simple as that. So lean into the effortless ease of beliefs. It can be so effortless, but are you letting it be? That is the question. It's as simple as changing a thought from I can't see myself as successful to I am successful, I am abundant, I deserve to have it all, and I am worthy. Like, see how the frequency is so different? It's like on different wavelengths, literally. So imagine how much your life would change if you just leaned into the success you're wanting. Just imagine. I hired a coach for the answers, as I said, when instead I should have hired them for the activation. I definitely would have made more aligned decisions in my business, but that's okay because it's a learning path. And I have the belief that I have to go through that path in order to get to where I am now, right? And in order to have the coaches that I have now, right? That is effortless beliefs. So effortless intentions will come through. And so that activation was what led me to the answers I wasn't listening to. So I wasn't the best at marketing, to be honest, and I'm happy I was worse at that than actual coaching because, of course, like we can always learn that as well, and your coaching so you can learn as well. But that is a belief in itself as well. I know that that's okay because now I'm learning the marketing as I go, and I have learned so much as I go, and now that belief really helped me stay in the course, right? So, in the beginning, I didn't believe in my ability to create results through what I already knew. What you need to know now is that your people are coming to you based on what you know, not what your beliefs or actions you're picking up from other coaches. For example, you guys came to my masterclass because you might resonate with my work, or maybe you feel in alignment to my words. Your clients pick up things based on your alignment to your own work, right? To your soul's work. So when you go in and you make the content, create the masterpieces, you see where it's coming from, right? Are you focusing on what your clients want or what you want to actually serve? There's a major difference there. So yes, we need to focus heavily on what your clients want, but we also need to focus on what you want because what you want is channeled through the universe, and that is potent. That's what attracts people. Like it's not just like I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that. This person's doing that. Let me copy them. That's not you. That's not in alignment. What's in alignment is what's naturally coming through, trusting it and doing it, right? And this comes through powerful questions with coaches. This is what I have with my clients on, right? Like it's me asking powerful questions to see what's actually in alignment with you and then putting that out into the world. Sometimes we're not hearing these answers, but other people will hear it. Other people will fill that gap in, which is coaches and mentors like us, right? And you're going to do the same thing for your clients. So I want you to remember that selling is so sacred. You're teaching people your values, your beliefs, your views, your actions based on your own individual experience. How special is that? So we need to teach it with everything we own and believe that it's worthy to be taught. So if you want results, the secret ingredient is to have so much belief in your thoughts. Why? Because the thoughts turn into ideas, the ideas turn into your marketing, and the marketing is your content and your offers that then formulate a business. You understand that? The business is formulated based on your ability to trust yourself. Belief and trust goes same wavelength because without trust, you're not posting the content piece. Instead, you're overthinking it, you're changing words around when really your people needed to hear the things that you might be hiding or keeping small. You might feel like what you know isn't enough. Even if you don't believe that right now, in some way, shape, or form, you might be subconsciously hiding away from the truth and not going in all in. Like there could be like a subconscious thought saying like, "Oh no, we need to switch this around," when really it's just a scarcity thought coming through telling you that we need to change it because it might not be heard by the right people or you're being too much or any of those, right? So I want you to remember everything you've learned up until this point, your struggles, lessons, experiences, you were meant to go through to shape you into who you're meant to be and help the people you're meant to help. So when you go in with that thought, when you have that thought for saying you're going to be too much, you have to remember, wait a second, this is channeled through me because these people needed to hear this. This is channeled through me because my people are also resonating with this as well because chances are what you went through your clients went through, and you need to trust that your experiences are here to help your people. So if you had troubles like opening up a website, for example, now you know that you can help your people do it, right? If you had trouble making money and now you're like manifesting money everywhere, now you can help your people do it. So these like if without going through those experiences, how are we supposed to help our clients navigate through it? Now when they come to us, we have confidence. We're like, yeah, I can help you because I went through this, right? And your content is based on your beliefs, values, morals, and experiences. You need to believe that your experiences, your inner world is enough to cultivate your clients, cash, impact, and love you desire in your business. Let's start here in life in general. Without thinking about the business, where are you holding yourself small? Maybe write these down. When you're out and about, are you walking and talking with confidence? Are you saying and stating your own opinions? Are you talking to even the cashier at the cash register with full confidence and embodiment? It might sound a little bit weird, but all of these things outside of us, they create the ripple effect in your business. You have confidence to talk to someone random on the street or wave hi. You know, your people will be able to approach you in your business to a stranger online and say, hey, how can I pay you for your work? Right? And then you'll give people the chance to actually enter your energetic bubble and like talk to you. So start going outside and walking with that confidence. Say hello to people on the streets, telling people about your Instagram, your business, because your business is like your little baby, right? So that being said, you're always selling. When people buy into my world, it's not because they want me to give them the answers, it's because they're buying into the lifestyle as well, the magic, right? So when you're out documented, people want what you're feeling. Some people, like when people see your work, it's not always like, oh my God, like I just want the answers from her. And I'm sure you don't do that either. You say, I want that lifestyle. I want those magic opportunities and experiences. It's the feeling. And we get that feeling through seeing that person's lifestyle, what they're doing, what they're up to, and seeing like the freedom they're feeling, the safety, the security, all of those, the happiness, the joyfulness, the excitement. You want that from the other people. So you need to show people how you're cultivating that yourself by showing them your day to day, telling them what you're doing, update them, right? And I'm not saying you have to do this every day, but do it enough where people kind of know, okay, what is your favorite coffee, or you're out on your walk, or like what time do you go on your walk? Because if you post it constantly, people know, okay, she goes on her morning walks, right? Or maybe it might be like some retreats you go to. Let them know you go on retreats. Let them know what things excite you, that you go to the gym, or what you're making for dinner, like just bits and pieces, right? And you can talk to them while you're making the breakfast and while you're out and about. So that being said, you need to show them the magic. And not every day, you don't need to document your whole life, but just believe in the gifts you have right now and document it when you feel aligned, right? So people buy from empowerment as well. We can't only talk about what's happening to them if they don't buy the course. Let them know what's going to happen after they buy your course, right? They want to buy into the feelings, the lifestyle, the freedom. So you need to believe in the power of your life right now, that you are creating magic right now. Okay. So let them know, okay, if you enter my world, I know I have the full belief that you're going to be able to have this website that really makes things easier for you by actually having this nice set up website that people are attracted to and want to buy from you because of the professionalism of it and how it really shows your personality in your website. If you went through these mindset blocks, let them know how now you're able to show up with confidence on your stories, create the content you want to create without erasing anything, and really having full belief in yourself, right? And that confidence in yourself. It's all about letting them know, and it's simple words. See, like I didn't really use complicated words right now. I just said I have more confidence showing up online. That person who is so scared to show up online, that's the exact words they want to hear. That person who wants a professional website that has a personality to it, that's all they needed to hear. They just needed to hear that this is what's going to attract my people because that website is an extension of me and they will feel that vibration and energy from me. And that's all they need to know. So I want you to see the past as a belief that has shaped you into the coach that you are today. See the past as work that's being rewarded in today's results. Because things that you did 3, 4 months ago, even if you haven't received results from it, guess what? It's creating the results today. This client that is scrolling through your content from 4 months ago, they're resonating with it. And in today's the day that they say they buy it. They just probably haven't bought it back then yet because they haven't found you yet, or because your energetic bubble was a little bit closed and now it's going to open up through these 5 strategies, right? And this happens by believing in your power to succeed and not letting the doubts bring you down. So after today, I want you to make a table, and I can send you one if you desire. You can use Trello for this, and you make a day in the life every day. Show people what you're doing in your business, lay it out in this Trello board so that it's organized, and you can make a day in your life every day. Show people what you're doing in your business. And then I want you to have a topic to talk about every day. I don't usually plan topics, but this is a good way to start getting intuitive. So people actually want your offers, but you could be creating a gap for them by not having the energetic space for them to enter your world because you think that they're hard to come by. So you're showing up in a different way. You see how that works? If you just showed up your real way, there's no energetic block because you're so truly in alignment. But you also need to believe that that alignment is what's going to get people to you. Because otherwise, you could be thinking, oh, I'm showing up myself. Oh my God, I'm too much. And then people don't enter. But you need to say, I'm showing up myself. I'm showing up as myself, and it's enough, and it's everything. And people need to see me like this, and this is my true alignment. And then I want you to show up in that way every single day and talk about something new. Here are some ideas. So Monday, you can talk about what you did over the weekend, getting that trust factor in, and then a random topic that comes up based on what you learned last week. Maybe do a mini training to really start the week off strong. Tuesday, 3 things that you've done that created results for you. Wednesday, why you created your offer. Talk about how you were maybe once so caught up in mindset work and how it changed your life, or how you were scrambling trying to find a way to create a website, and then you made it and there was no personality to it, and then you finally found a way that really cultivates it. And then you can Also let them know how you really get clarity on their values and beliefs in order to cultivate that website, right? So those are some ideas. And then you can also talk about how you tried so hard to create that course, and when you finally figured it out, you realize how many people needed this and how it'll help them skip all the steps of trial and error and get it right. So on Thursday testimonial. So a client win or story. And if you don't have any, use your DMs when people are complimenting you, telling you how you're so inspirational. Use those or even comments. And if you have some, repeat them. There's no worry about repeating the content because some people see things for the first time, or even if they saw it, maybe they didn't pay much attention to it, which they probably do, but some people just forget or anything like that. So you're able to use the same piece of content. Friday could be 3 mistakes you're making based on your own experience or client DMs because a lot of things use market research for it. Like go on the polls and say, like, what are some things you guys went through? What are some mistakes you made? When the DMs, when people are having a sales conversation and they're like, I did this, but it didn't work out. Use that into your content. Use those because those are the same things other people are going through, right? So that is market research in its own, your DMs, your polls, everything. So 3 mistakes you could be making. Saturday, document your Saturday fun day. Just say, okay, waking up, having breakfast, now we're going here. And then Sunday, it's good to take 1 day breaks. You can take a break that day or vice versa. You can turn it around and do it on Saturday or any intuitive random thoughts or what you have planned for the week. But it's also good to leave a 24-hour gap because your story views are going to jump so high when there's like a 24-hour gap between your stories. And then that will get new people into your audience. So I want you to write down your old beliefs and turn them into new beliefs. Let's practice that together. When you're done this call, the energy is high. So if your thought was people don't trust me, write that down. Write down that people actually watch me in my stories, ready to buy. They're coming in divine right timing. Okay, so that was everything on beliefs that you need to know. And it's really important to write down what beliefs you have now and write down how they're serving you. So you can write down it's just serving me because it's keeping me safe. If you had the thought that okay, money is hard to come by, now your beliefs are just saying like you're scared of money because it feels like if money comes by, your whole life is going to change, right? But it doesn't know it's for the better. It's just it's in an unsafe zone. So then you rewrite the truth and say, I'm ready for money to come by because I want money to come by because it's going to change my life for the better and I can serve my family, right? And then you reframe it into that, and that's your new belief. Just need a water break. So let's move on to actions. This one's amazing. So where are you holding yourself back when it comes to actions? After this masterclass, I want you to believe that you are now holding the paintbrush in your life and in your hand. Your life is an empty canvas. And after this masterclass, I want you to decide how you're going to paint it. By paint, I mean thoughts, actions, beliefs. You're now going to follow on what routines you'll be shifting into yourself to expand effortless intentions and attractions. So it's not about thinking twice about what you're saying, not doubting the post, messaging, and story that you posted. If it was effortless, you'd be doing it with confidence, right? You're gonna be like, yeah, this is the right thing to say. But when we doubt our words, we're truly doubting ourselves and what the universe is channeling through us. That doubt only blocks more channeled thoughts and actions from coming through. The more you listen and take action, the more that comes. The more we fear, the more we let fear to come in, right? And this isn't just fear based on taking action. Maybe you're taking action, but you're taking the action with fear. I'm not signing a client. Do you see how that works? And it's so like hidden. Sometimes we don't even notice it. Or you in fear when no one engages, likes, or signs up. That is resistance to your sales. And you might just think it's fear, but really it's creating resistance to a sale even coming in. When you feel fear when no one's signing up, I want you to realize that that fear, the frequency of fear and your mind doesn't know the difference between fear of not signing up or a fear of not going back to your 9 to 5. In any shape or form, fear is fear to the mind. And to the mind, it creates resistance to taking the right actions and having the powerful right thoughts, like that's also powerful. And you might think it's just you being worried, but that worrisome is actually causing you to not show up in your fullest energy, right? And maybe you're showing up on a Tuesday, then dropping your energy on a Wednesday and showing up half or not at all, and then showing up on Thursday with full energy and repeat. And this isn't to say that you need full energy every day. You don't, but you can receive results in low energy actually. It's the thought behind that feeling, right? So you can look at fear in the eye and say, I'm still going to sign the client, even though my mind tells me otherwise, because this is just my old programming. You can look at scarcity and feel it and show up and sell your offer and still say, I'm feeling this scarcity, but it means nothing about me. It's just old programming. And the new thoughts know that I'm going to sign this new client. And I want you to get curious with life and seduce it. Wake up every day and say, I wonder who's going to sign with me today. I literally do that every morning. I'm like, I wonder where my next client's going to come from. Be open to that energy. Like, your words are opening a whole bubble that's allowing in positive energy to release. That is powerful. Think of energy as an actual physical thing. It might be bubbles around you. It's your own perspective on it. And it could be dots flowing around. It could be, or when you think of positive good curious dots, see them just swirling around in happiness. This will take you far. Just see that white light around you. It will elevate your being and energy. And I want to give you an ease of mind right now. You don't need the launch strategy. You don't need to know your buyer's journey. You get to do it your way. If those are things you want to do, totally fine. If not, it's not the only way, right? And thinking those things are the right ways of those being the right things is exactly what's keeping you from your potential. That's exactly what we're here to do today, releasing your potential. And it starts with releasing all the things you think you should be doing and bringing front all of the things you want to be doing. So when we think we should be this way because this is the right way, we stay stuck and stagnant. Because one, it's not in alignment. If we think it's the right way, but we don't really want to do it, it's not in alignment. Or two, we probably don't know what we're doing because it's not in alignment. So remember that when you take action, it's from a place of I should rather than this is what I want to do. It repels, it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow because it's not in alignment. So we need to stop the scrolling and see what you actually need to be doing. Which platforms are you guys on right now? Like, is it TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse? Are you on multiple different platforms that feel good? Are you sticking to only Instagram because you think that it's the only place that will get you clients? So this is more going into platforms because this is if it's in alignment, this is what needs to be done rather than I have to be on Clubhouse and TikTok. If it's in alignment, we're gonna get on these platforms because when you're on different platforms and you take action in a way that actually serves you, you give out your energy to people who maybe don't resonate with it on Instagram, right? Like people on Instagram might need more from you than just your posts. Maybe they need podcasts because it gives you more of your values, your morals, your personality out, and they can get a deeper thought into your thought process and into your values, your morals, as I just said. And your content does do that, of course, but then the podcast, someone might want to be on a walk and listen to it, and that's how they spend their time rather than scrolling, right? And people on Facebook might be for you because those are exact people that don't have Instagram, right? So technically, we're missing out on a whole group of people and clients that need you in your work because we're kind of stuck in one platform for it to work out one way. But we need to take the action for it to happen other ways as well. So this is not to say switch your strategy or your platforms every year, every month, but I want you to try them out for 3 months, stick to them for a good 90 days, see what's happening, and then switch it around if you need to, right? So of course, if it doesn't align, don't do it. But I'm saying this, if you want to expand, this is an alignment, it's a really, really good way to get out of that comfort zone and into deeper alignment, right? So I want you to be the woman who people think, wow, how is she making these big, bold moves? Do it for you. You might fear what people are saying, what your family is saying, but I want you to do it for you. I want you to make these moves so big that even you're like, wow, did I really just do that? Let them think, wow, She's making big, bold moves. And if it's kind of triggering them, let it. Don't soften your messaging. Don't show up as a nice girl, show up as you. Show up as the way you naturally show up. Don't think that your people are going to think you're too much in your stories for showing up every day as you. Do it anyway. Do it knowing the right clients who will see this will resonate with it. Because a lot of clients want to be themselves. And when they see you being themselves, it's inspiration, and they want to get into your world to learn how to do it themselves. Make sense? It's all a ripple effect. Sorry, just a water break. So let the triggers of others show you that people want what you have. If they're triggered, it's probably because they want what you have. And then let them get there through empowering thoughts while showing up as a leader. So tell them exactly how you feel, like I just said, right? And let them know like what kind of feelings you're cultivating, what thoughts you're cultivating, because that's exactly what they want from you as well. And leaders don't stop when people are judging them or seeing you in your bigness. They step even deeper. They even take a bigger step. They get seen, they pave the way, they show them how to do it, right? What actions are you going to take this week that you've been hiding or keeping small from? Right? I want you to write that down and then take that action step because your actions are created from your thoughts. If you think of yourself as a powerful CEO who does create results for your people, you will show up as that person every day. You might need to do mindset challenges. This helped me so much because of the affirmations that were embedded into my subconscious. And I can provide you guys one too if you like. So just give me a message. But this literally changed my life because every day I'm affirming new thoughts that then became my reality. And it became me, literally, right? Because I became those words. You literally become your words. And you might need to work on your money mindset because actions are nothing without intentions behind it. So what I did was heavily focus on where my blocks were. I realized that I was scared of success. That's why I was backing. That's why I was blocking out clients. And think about it, if you deeply relate to any of these, more clients meant more work, more employees. It meant knowing more. It meant a lifestyle change, right? And that was scary to my brain because right now I was just working on my business before this. And or when I was at my 9 to 5, I would just go in, go out, right? But now I'm into lifestyle change, and even though I want it, my mind thinks it's scary, right? Because it's not in my comfort zone. It doesn't know the difference between something being scary or good for you when it comes to these kind of things because it's just in a new comfort zone. So your mind's just keeping you safe, but it doesn't realize that you actually want it. So we need to show the mind like, no, this is safe. I'm safe here, and I want it by actually going in and doing those exact moves. So it's just not familiar to the mind, right? And it's until I decided to change the way I look at myself. And that's what I want you guys to do too as well. If I want to be a powerful CEO, I need to be willing to be bigger than my blocks. And those blocks are keeping you safe. And if we don't deal with them today, they'll always be there, hindering us from the next action step. You need to be willing to create a new story for yourself. So if you know that you want to start building up more confidence, maybe show up in your stories a little bit more. Maybe create that reel that you might be scared of. Maybe reach out to the client who reached out to you, but then didn't get back to you. Maybe do some market research with some clients to really start getting used to getting on calls with people, right? And ask yourself, to really instill this belief in you as well on these actions. Who are you actually? What are you made of? Why are you so special? Name out the unique traits, right? When you actually talk about these kind of things to yourself, your frequency just gets elevated into your highest being, into the version of you who already has everything you desire. And then the actions and thoughts come out different. They come out more elevated. Elevated thoughts create elevated actions. So I want to move on to clarity now. This one's a really good one as well. So, where do you feel like you could be more clear in general? In your offers, your content, your why? Do you fluff around it, or is everything you're saying truly in alignment with everything you're putting in? We need to clean up the energy leaks, gain awareness over what needs to shift and grow. If you're confused, your people are confused too. So when I was being on the bush, really watering down my content, I had 0 inquiries. Why? Because people were confused, because I was confused, right? And you need to have a general idea of a few things. Some of these might include, does your client truly understand what you're selling to them? Do they understand why they need it and what they'll get out of it? How will they feel after they've worked with you? What is the process of your program? How do you get them from point A to B? Like, what is, so here's A, we'll say Z. What is that? This is a road. How are you going to get them there, right? So, what is the process? It's like, okay, first, we're going to work on your mindset. We're going to work on your beliefs, your embodiment, right? Your thoughts. Like, these are some of my frameworks. But what are your frameworks, right? And then internal strategies. Like, what are some of your own methods and frameworks? When you come up with that, that is the road for them to get to point Z. For example, if you help them create a course, tell them how much time you're going to save them from having to figure it out on their own. Tell them how professional their work will be seen as after you take their course or work with you. It's simplicity. We have to narrow down back to the basics. Humans having human conversations. If you're a mindset coach, you help your clients make aligned offers and actually show up and sell them in confidence. So let me ask you a question. Who would you rather ride from? A coach who posts unapologetically, knowing what she's talking about, or someone who's kind of beating around the bush, fluffy content that you don't understand? You might just skip through it, right? And this isn't to say your content is fluffy, but where can you clear it up? When you clear that up, you clear up the energetic blocks because you're being in full alignment and in your full truth. And a lot of the times, we don't get clear on what we want to do because we want to serve everyone. That was me. I also didn't want to get clear because I was afraid of the reality over it. I'm like, okay, if I get super clear on this, that means I have to serve my clients as transformation. And that feared me because I was out of my comfort zone. But when my clients came to me, my mind would go like, okay, what now? So these kind of beliefs were hindering me when really go back to the belief part of it. And then when I picked up my beliefs from that segment that I just taught you guys, everything changed. I'm like, yeah, I can teach my people because I have experience, because I know what I'm talking about, because I am enough. I'm worthy with everything I know now. Right. So what happens with straight up opinionated content you is that you build up your confidence, you build trust within yourself. And you know what you have when you have trust? Oh, and how you can actually know that you have trust is when you can actually implement that offer, strategy, or idea to your business and then let it marinate, right? So you don't freak out when the results don't come. You don't feel defeated when a client doesn't reach out to the offer you put out. This creates an elevated frequency because imagine a client was about to reach out, but then no one reached out the first day and your energy drops. And then you don't show up the next day. And then that client doesn't reach out because they wanted to see something from you. Or and this isn't to say you have to show up every day and then have a client come to you, but you're not showing up in your natural rhythm. And that natural rhythm, like you showing up in your stories or posting something, was just how you were meant to show up in order to attract that next client, right? So it's not about having to show up, it's about showing up in alignment. But when you're in this lack frequency and your energy drops, you're not in that alignment anymore, right? Does that make sense? So it's really powerful. It's really powerful. And you're allowed to stay in your course, but still have roadblocks come up. So with clarity, it's not just about what your clients want, it's about what you want. Are you making sure that you're showing up in the version of yourself that has it all right now? Your offers and your content is literally your masterpiece. And you need to show up in that masterpiece every single day. You need to walk and talk in that masterpiece like it's your little baby. So get curious with yourself. What do I love doing and talking about? What do my people need to hear today? And make a post on that. You can even hop on your stories and make polls and then create content out of it, right? Because that is still in alignment. You can hop on market research calls, give a $5 gift card to those people. You can use past conversations as a way to market yourself. And when one client has a struggle, chances are many have the same. So look back in your old videos, write down notes of struggles clients are telling you or just some things that they want a solution to, and then make content out of that. And you can refer it to that client or just as a general idea. And this will create content for you and be relatable content. And always put your own stories in there as well, because chances are anything we went through, anything we've overcome, our clients want to overcome as well, right? So this is your content. The content is you. You are the branding, you are the business. So we make it feel like sales and marketing and selling, but it's not only that, it's branding of you. How do you feel in this new space? of this new energetic levels after you've done the internal work, after you've overcome something. Evoke those feelings into your content so people can feel it. Let them know how you went from like feeling confused and lost to like knowing exactly what you're here to do, your purpose, your why, and you're serving all these wonderful people and all this magic happening to you. Or let them know that, you're feeling like you're walking around with so much more confidence because you have a sense of internal strategies, internal purposes, right? People want that. Let them know that you know exactly what you do now. And now the people who actually resonate with your work are coming to you because you cleared up your messaging, because you cleared up your internal strategies, right? Let them know how much more in alignment you are with yourself, which then created a ripple effect into your business. Let them know how much more clear you feel in your mind, which then made your business more clear. We need to put us in our brands as well. We need to put stories in our content so people can actually say, wow, she's in my head right now. And you are never alone in anything. Things you go through in business are things your people are going through right now. You need to make your business something people can read content off of and see it as human. Like, yes, we can use the words embodiment, magnetic, electric, powerhouse. I do that too. But what we need to do sometimes is tell them what is embodiment, right? Like, why do they need your course? What will transform for them? And what is being a powerhouse like? What do powerhouses show up as? What is embodiment and how do I show up in that? And why is it important before the strategy, even, right? Like, how did it help you? How did it change your life? We need to tell people everything. It's never too much. It's exactly what your people need to hear when it comes from a natural space. And people don't pay strangers online thousands of dollars if we're not being upfront. So when I started being more upfront, that's when things changed, right? Because it shows confidence and trust, safety, security for the other person to buy from you and say, she has what I want. I feel related. Like, for example, when we go to a makeup website and we search up a product, it literally tells you how to use the details, the ingredients, and the price and everything. We get every single piece of information that gives you the confidence to buy it. You're like, yep, these are everything that I want in the product. I'm buying it. We need to be just as clear. And you can do this by being clear in your content. So, some things to ask yourself: what are you confident in? What have you helped people overcome? What excites you to talk about? These three answers are basically your content pillars. From these three, you will know, okay, what am I confident in? This is what I'm going to talk about. What have I helped people overcome? Now I know what to tell people I help them with. What excites you to talk about? That's natural. That's alignment, and people will feel that energy. You see, you might think I'm talking about strategy right now, and in a sense, I am. But have you noticed that this strategy coming from internally, directly from you? You're creating content based on your experiences, clients, journeys, stories. That's an accumulation of you. Do you see that? This strategy is a direct reflection of you and your own unique process in business. That way, we can't have a step by step process in this. It needs to come from you. That's why I help my clients really open up about themselves and create content from a place of who they are and what they want to teach. This makes them unique geniuses. And it gets you more excited because now you're not following my step. You're like, this is what I'm passionate about. This is my zone of genius. And you're putting it out there. It's alignment, it's flow. And the mindset work, the belief work, the embodiment work. It creates up-leveled humans who then show up up-leveled. Because when you are sure about yourself, when you are sure about your offers, trust, beliefs, creativity, that's when your content, offers, and business and even clients become up-leveled. Everything you do in your life creates a ripple effect in your business. So if you're feeling lost and confused, your business is lost and confused. If you're feeling less trust, safety within your business won't feel as safe to you. If you feel like people won't buy from you, they won't because you're not holding the energetic space for them. So, but if you take all of these 5 elements and you put them into your own internal strategy, you open up the energetic bubble and allow people in. And if you feel like you need more money, you'll become desperate for it. And that's not the right move because you're making moves out of fear and scarcity. So if you want more money, don't think about how you want more money. Just think about what are the things you can do to create that abundance, like going on those walks, showing up on your stories because you're passionate about what you're talking about. Your people will feel it. So it's time to just get clear on yourself. Who are you? And I want you to write down a paragraph for yourself. Who really are you? And tell yourself you're brilliant, you're intelligent. The experience you have had and how you make people feel. Write down those as well. Write it down and share it with yourself every day until you believe in it 100% to succeed. And maybe you do believe in yourself, but this will enhance the actions while having the confidence behind the action. You are ready today. You are here now. You're capable. You're worthy. Your people need you, and they're waiting for you, right? So these are the important aspects of having all of that in your internal strategies. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the 4. Now we're gonna move on to 5, the 5th one. And this one's super exciting as well because this is my favorite one if you guys watch my work. It is all on embodiment. So let's move on to this one now. So with embodiment, it's who you're being every day. The reason I put integrity behind the word embodiment is because we need to be our work. We have to have it in integrity. So the things we tell our clients to do you do it? The things you put into your content, do you do it? Right? If we talk about routines and a healthy mindset, do you also implement those routines into your own life? Right? And if you talk about working on your passion project, becoming 1% better every single day, are we making sure we're doing it as well? Or do you hold on to your power even when you tell your people that it's okay if you drop and like things don't work out? But do you pick yourself right back up like you tell your clients to, right? Do you hold your own power? Embodiment is literally just a state of being. If getting up early, dressing up, and showing up on your stories is activating for you, you need to do that every day. I want you to also set a new energetic minimum with yourself today and write it down. So this is the amount you can expect to come in every single month. So it could be 2K, $500, 10K, 5K. Just know that amount. And now think about what you can do to achieve this amount to make it realistic in your head. 2K, okay, maybe sign 1 high ticket client. 10K, sign maybe 5, depending on your price, right? Or you can sell 2 5K clients. You could sell a few spots in your masterclass to add up to this amount of 5K, 10K. It could be even outside of your business. Can you sell something, maybe a side job or anything else that can make you that money? Because this kind of sets the standard in your mind, like, yeah, this is achievable, this is easy, rather than saying, oh my God, okay, this is hard, I have to sell, I have to sell, I have to sell, this is hard, right? Then it becomes realistic, like, wow, 1 or 2 clients, easy. Whatever it is, write it down. This is your new energetic minimum. And I want you to show up as that person. So it could be 5K and then your name. So, or it could be rich bitch and then your name, right? It's something fun. And then I want you to show up as that woman every single day. These are the keys. These are the secret sauces to success. I want you to remember it this way. When you're making a decision, ask yourself, what would 5K you do? What would the version of you who earns 10K do? When you wake up, ask yourself, what would that version of yourself do today? What if that version makes schedules, has a timely schedule, make it in the beginning of the week, and show up every day like that powerful CEO? Because if your 10K self obviously has a schedule because you're busier, we need to start living that schedule out now, right? Get your walks and get your yoga and show up on your stories every day and like have it planned out, have it not, whatever your 10K self would do. Post that content naturally because your 10K self probably isn't scared of what people are going to say because you clearly have the right people entering your world. So you're not worried about what people are saying, but we can live that reality now, right? Because in the quantum leaping is taking a reality in the future and bringing it to the present because the only reality that exists is this reality. So if we're saying that, oh, I'm going to feel satisfied when I get the 10K months, when I get satisfied, I'll get satisfied when I have the 2, 3 clients next month. That's always in the future, and the future doesn't exist right now. What exists is the present. So even if you don't have it, you can show up as if you have it. So the 10K self is going on those walks. The 10K self is posting unapologetically. The 10K self is sometimes might drop but picks herself right back up because she knows the next client is coming. The 10K self isn't dwelling over the client that didn't sign with her, even though she said she would, because she knows that that's just saving her from a client who's not aligned and saving space, energetic space for a client who is aligned, right? So when you're with your family, sit up and and let them know exactly what you do as well, because this is an embodiment of your being, right? Sit up in that confidence and like a powerful CEO, because this is who you are now, this is who you're going to be. And we're not here to norms, we're breaking generational patterns, we are creating more leaders while being leaders ourselves. How fun is that? That's so fun. And so we are meant to be big, to be seen. We need to go first though. And this also comes down to being our own best client. Are we investing in ourselves like we'd want our clients to be doing? Are you getting honest with yourself? Are you doing those morning routines? Are you going on those walks, eating healthy, going to the gym? All of these things, even outside of business, these are all traits, right? And these traits, I want you to put them down on a piece of paper of your highest 10K self or 5K, whatever your energetic minimum was. List down all the things you should be doing. And these things, like it could be, oh, she's making 10K a month, she's driving her dream car, her routines are on check, clients are just coming to her and signing up with her. Those feelings, those things give you feelings, and those evokes feelings in yourself, right? Those are the exact feelings we need to feel every day in order to be a match for your desires. That's the secret sauce. Because those feelings are the feelings that make you feel good and confident, which then lead you to making the um, present powerful. And then showing up in your stories, knowing you know what you're talking about, it's going to come out so much more powerful because of your frequency. These are all the things that I did in order to cultivate so much magic in August. You guys know this. So much magic has been happening for me. And it's because of the alignment of my taking my future, bringing it to the now, having my beliefs high. When they're lacking, I know how to pick myself back up now. I know what my 10K self would be doing, what my 20K self, 30K, 40K, 50K self would be doing, right? So because you are the 2K and or 5K self now, I want you to get a bit deeper on this. We only have the now, right? As I said, the future doesn't exist yet. The past is in the past. But in order for you to be here now, we have to take our inner child, so the child who is free flowing, and our highest self, who is like the 5K, 10K self, and then the person who you're now, who is enhancing, becoming 1% better every day, merging them to get there. Because now you're not neglecting the inner child, you're saying you're safe. Thank you for everything you've taught me. You know, and I love you so much, and you're sending it love and light, and then you're taking your future self and saying, hey, you're not in the future, you're in the present, I want you now here. And then this person, this actual person you're feeling right now, the person who's becoming 1% better every day, just merges with the two people that already are her identity, right? And you're just bringing them together. You're bringing the gifts of that person, inner child, of your high self, current self together. The energy of these three selves become one: your inner child, high self, current self. So you can quantum leap into a new reality now, every second, now, now, and now. And there are thousands of realities being played out. So you can think that you are 10K per month powerhouse CEO and literally live that reality right now through your thoughts and actions. While you're on that walk, you are the 10K self. While you're showing up in the stories, I got all the clients. Those thoughts change the way you show up. Think about it. If you have everything you want and the desire in the future, you're going to be showing up with the same feelings that it gives you when you think about it now, right? But bring it into the now so you can actually cultivate those feelings. And then the result of those thoughts and actions is the actual presence of it in your physical reality, right? So you just have to skip to the quantum, right? And this is the most powerful place to be. When you're having the thoughts and actions of your future self in the now, you are in the quantum, the place where all the magic is manifesting. And manifestation itself is a state of being. It's a feeling into what you desire. Those feelings create an activation within you that tells you that you already have what you want. There's nothing missing, meaning there's nothing in the future that you don't have now. The present moment is where we need to elevate our beings, to effortlessly attract our intentions. This is when you receive everything you want in the future now, because you don't need to physically have it to be happy. It just has to be felt. Then it will show up in your reality. Why? Because if you're showing up as a version of yourself who already has it all, you're making the moves that will take you to the next level. You'll show up on your stories and talk loudly and proudly because if you're making 10K per month, you're confident, right? And you can be that confident now. And this is not to say you can't be confident without the 10K, without the 5K. Like you can be confident just because you're worthy now, you're enough now. But these things that we want just evoke those elevated feelings in you into the present. So it doesn't even have to be only one thing. It could be the fact that, you're doing your soul's mission and purpose, right? You have everything you desire. You're doing everything you want to do, right? So you just have to trust yourself and know that that safety is already within, right? And when you have even safety and security, it gives you the same feelings that the 10K will give you, right? So just whatever it is that evokes those feelings in you, it could be the thoughts of having everything you want, the walks, the beach, the picnic, do those things, right? This takes practice and devotion, but it works. Because from the ages of 0 to 7, we're programmed. Anything you heard or did was being brought into your mind and playing out in your reality. You were everything you heard and did up until the age of 7. So imagine yourself as a computer, right? You're an empty computer, right? From the ages of 0 to 7, things you're hearing, things you're doing, those are applications being brought into your mind, and then they become a part of your personality, a part of your traits as you grow older. And after the ages of 7, you need to rewire those thoughts and beliefs and actions yourself. So if you thought money was hard to come by, okay, how are you going to rewrite that it's not? Maybe you're going to go spend it and be like, thank you, money, thank you, universe, for letting me spend money on this. Maybe you're gonna buy ice cream with it and you're like, thank you so much. It tastes so good. You're gonna go out for a dinner. This is amazing. You're at the beach having a picnic on a nice hot sunny day. You're like, thank you, money. Thank you for supporting me because you're evoking these high elevated feelings in me. And then you create more of that by thinking back on the thoughts that this gave you, thinking of that color, thinking of what your future self wants, thinking about how you already have everything you want because as I said, everything in the future is in the now. So if you already have everything you want, those are elevated feelings naturally, right? And the truth is, we do have everything we want. Like we're using this phone, this laptop right now, but we just think those are natural things when really that is abundance. So the feelings that it gives you that you're able to watch the masterclass, that you have that phone to create a whole business, those feelings also give you abundance. But we need to be grateful for what we have now in order to be grateful for what we're having in order to be grateful for what we want. Because how can we be grateful for more if we're not grateful now? Does that make sense? We need to be grateful for everything we have now as well, right? So in order to collapse time, we need to quantum leap into these desires. This closes the gap from where you are and where you want to be, right? So when you act as if you have everything you desire at this very given moment, you're letting the universe know that you already have what you want. It's part of a reality. And you do that by acting as a woman or man that already has everything you desire. So, like I want you to list down traits, right? I want you to list down how many offers does she make to sell them out? How much money does she make? Is she scared of stating her opinions? Probably not. How does she talk, walk, act, show up, right? What is her routines like? And go back to your energetic minimum. Be like, yeah, that 5K or 10K self does these things, right? Does exactly these walks, goes on these picnics, spends time for herself by reading a book, lighting a candle, doing all these good things, right? And we cannot show up in our business one way and go back to the old self every single time. So even when you feel yourself dribbling back, you have to see, okay, my mind's just putting me back into this old reality because it feels safe there, but really I feel safe over here. And this is where I want to be. And don't think that's taking you backwards. It's just the mind keeping you safe. So it's like, what kind of thoughts, what kind of actions can you take in order to elevate back into that energetic being? Maybe it's um, showing up in your stories about something you're so passionate about and letting your mind know that it's okay. Maybe it's going on that walk to get that feeling of freedom, right? So it's like, what kind of action steps can you rely on? You might want to write it down, some action steps that you can rely on to go back to your energetic self, right? Some things that make you feel good. It could even be a bath. It could be talking to your loved ones. It could be anything that makes you feel loved, right? So And this is not to say that you're not good where you're at, but this is upgrading yourself because we're stuck in this one timeline. But how can you use everything you've learned and experienced and up level it into this new being that already has everything you want and just using those experiences as now your lessons for other people, for your solutions, right? What a way to put it. So I also have an embodiment exercise, and these kind of questions go like this: how does she dress? What kind of lifestyle is she living? Traveling, shopping a lot, staying in luxury hotels. What kind of feelings does she feel every day? Happiness, success, joy, abundance. What kind of thoughts is she having every day? Like, people sign with me easily. People want to be part of my offers. What is she doing differently? Does she unlearn things? Did she show up differently now? Does she know how to pick herself back up if she slips backwards? Does she understand her mindset and thoughts play a big role in her mindset now? And then write a note as your future self to your past self. So act as if you already obtained everything you desire. What is your future self saying to your past self? They're saying everything's gonna be okay. I have everything I desire. You did it. This is the things that I worked on to get me to where I want to be. So as your future self, tell your current self, hey, the things that I worked on was showing up unapologetically, not being afraid what people are saying about me, because no one is really judging. People are just focused on their self. I am worthy, I am enough. Love on yourself. Give yourself that love because you deserve it. So I'll send you these prompts for the embodiment exercise in the email. Practice this every week, every day, and then show up as that person, because doing these will elevate your frequency. While you're typing, you're like, wow, this feels good. And then you're going to show up with her and have the same thoughts and actions as her. So this was the masterclass, which were my five action steps that you can take. These are all action steps at the end of the day, because this is still a matter of being mixed with a matter of actions, right? So these are my 5 internal strategies that you can take to effortlessly attract your intentions with ease and flow. It gets to be easy, but we just need to let it be easy by effortlessly putting these 5 internal strategies into your life. Okay, so do these prompts. Let me know how this went. I'd love to know, and thank you so much for being here. And remember, effortlessly lean into the ease of your money story, your beliefs, your actions, your clarity, and your embodiment. Effortlessly lean into it. And that's how you can cultivate everything you desire in magic, love, and light. So I hope you guys had a great time in this masterclass. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I hope this helps you blossom into the person you desire to be and just cultivate everything you desire as well. Have a great day.